Greetings from downtown Mooresville, North Carolina. Hi, I'm Tom Palmer with Terra Vista Realty. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 things you should know about this awesome suburb of Charlotte. So let's get started. Number 1, with over 200 miles of shoreline along Lake Norman, Mooresville is very much a lake town. Lake Norman is one of North Carolina's largest lakes, and Mooresville has more waterfront homes than any other town in this area. But if you're not in the market for a waterfront home, you can still get out on the lake through the numerous boat ramps, boat clubs, and marinas that you'll find in Mooresville. The second thing you should know is that Mooresville is sometimes called Race City, USA. That's because the town is home to more than 60 NASCAR teams and racing-related businesses. And lots of famous NASCAR stars have chosen to call Race City home. You can spend the day touring race shops like JR Motorsports, which is owned by Dale Earnhardt Jr., or Kyle Busch Motorsports, and a bunch of other showrooms. Mooresville also has a number of race-related museums and go-kart tracks. The next thing you should know is that Mooresville covers a really big area of land, and it's geographically diverse. You can easily drive 20 or 30 minutes to get from one end to the other. Without a lot of traffic on I-77, some areas of Mooresville are a half hour from uptown Charlotte, while other areas are closer to an hour. And as of the last census, Mooresville had 53,000 people, and it's growing fast. Point number 4 is that the headquarters of Lowe's Home Improvement is in Mooresville. Lowe's has a 275-acre campus near exit 31 off of I-77. Lowe's is a major local employer and community partner, and the town's really fortunate to have this company located here. The next thing you should know is that Mooresville has 3 categories of public school options, and enrollment depends on where you live. The first is the Iredell County school system, which serves most of the areas out by Lake Norman. You can see ratings for the 2 high schools in this area here from Carolina School Hub. And on a scale from 1 to 10, Carolina School Hub gives them good ratings, with both schools getting a 9-star rating. Next, you have the Mooresville Graded School District. Mooresville Senior High School serves this area and gets a 7-star rating. The Mooresville Graded School District serves families who are inland and closer to the downtown area of Mooresville, as you can see from this map. Finally, Mooresville has a couple of highly rated charter schools, Pine Lake Prep and Langtree Charter School. Just keep in mind that enrollment at the charter schools is based on a lottery system, so admission isn't guaranteed. Number 6, Mooresville has a thriving downtown. There are lots of great little restaurants and local shops in this area. Also, throughout the year, the downtown hosts a bunch of concerts and holiday celebrations, like what you see here. At one time, this was a textile manufacturing area, so it has a historic feel to it. Some of the buildings date back to the late 1800s, and one of my favorite places in this part of town is Alino's Pizza, which Axios recently named as one of the Charlotte area's best pizzerias. By the way, if you need a realtor to help with your Mooresville area home search, please give me a call. I'd love to help. You can find my contact information in the description below this video. The next thing you should know is that Mooresville has some great public parks, like Cornelius Road Park, which you see here. At this park, you're going to find tennis courts, baseball fields, a disc golf course, a playground, and so on. But one of my favorite parks in the Mooresville area is Lake Norman State Park, which is technically a little north in the town of Troutman. Here you'll find almost 17 miles of pristine Lake Norman shoreline. The park covers about 2,000 acres, and it's a great place for hiking, biking, paddling, and a lot more. Number 8, this town has a huge amount of commercial development and lots of shopping options. There's so many big box stores in Mooresville, making it really convenient to get what you want. But the one downside with this is that there can be a lot of traffic in certain parts of Mooresville, especially in the area around Route 150, where a lot of the biggest stores are located. And while we're on the topic of shopping, I should mention that if you're in the market for a new knee or a new hip, you can purchase those in Mooresville too. In other words, the town has a lot of medical providers, and Mooresville has a good-sized hospital called the Lake Norman Regional Medical Center. Number 9, Mooresville has some excellent options if you want to play golf. In the Point neighborhood, you'll find the Trump Charlotte Golf Course, which might just be the prettiest golf course in the Charlotte area. This is a private course along Lake Norman, and it's not cheap. Now, besides Trump Charlotte, Mooresville has 2 other golf courses, which are both public, Mallard Head and the Mooresville Municipal Course. The Municipal Course was extensively renovated a few years ago, and it's now one of the nicer courses you can find in the Charlotte area. By the way, if you found this video helpful so far, then be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll know when we make new videos about the Charlotte area. Finally, you should know that your real estate dollar will go a little further in Mooresville than in the Lake Norman area towns a little further south. The median price for a single-family home in Mooresville is going to be about $500,000, which is quite a bit less than in Davidson, Cornelius, and Huntersville. But I'll remind you that Mooresville's huge, and the prices actually differ a lot by zip code. Here's an outline of Mooresville's 28117 area, which is the part of Mooresville that's closer to the lake. The median price for a previously owned single-family home in 28117 has been about $670,000 over the past 90 days. Now let's look at the 28115 area, which is more inland, on the east side of I-77. The median price in 28115 is much less at about $400,000. So there's a pretty stark contrast in home prices between these two Mooresville zip codes. Now you might be wondering, what does a waterfront home cost? Well, there's a lot of variation in that, but it's going to typically cost you between $1 and $6 million for a waterfront home in Mooresville. I've included a link in the description below where you can see the waterfront homes that are for sale right now. If you want to get water access, but a waterfront home is above your budget, you could also look at homes with a deeded boat slip. Mooresville has a handful of neighborhoods with deeded boat slips right in the neighborhood. Examples of subdivisions with this sort of option include The Point, Bridgeport, the Harbor at the Point, and a bunch of others. Again, if you're considering buying a home in Mooresville, please feel free to give me a call. I'd love to help. I'd also like for you to be aware that I'm not only a realtor, but also a licensed general contractor. And I've actually built a number of homes in Mooresville. I mention this because a lot of our realty clients seem to like the fact that I have building experience. Now, if you want to learn about a couple of neighboring towns, Davidson and Cornelius, just click on the links that you see here. Thanks for watching.